And it has to be 12 years ago. You guys did an acoustic show, a breakfast show, for our radio station at a restaurant down there, and you guys were like incredible.
You know
and
why I remember that one? Because it was so early in the
Because
morning.
it was early in the morning.
We were sitting in a corner on stools. I remember that.
You remember that? Really?
Yes, I
remember
do.
you guys were in there, and you guys were like phenomenal. It was like one of
Thank you.
those. And not only were you guys having a tough time being up that early, but I was working late at night, so it was like I showed up, man. I was like, boy, you guys woke everybody up. So Ty, Doug, and Jerry, welcome back to WDHA.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you guys back. Brand new CD due out next Tuesday, which is called Black Like Sunday.
Yeah.
Now, this is we got to talk about this because this is like something very, very different. And what you guys have basically done, why don't you explain it? Why don't you, anybody, you guys want to jump in?
It's always a little. Everybody has a different story. we just have a lot of songs, overkill of songs that we never got a chance to record for an album, and so these songs we went and pulled out about 3 CDs worth of demos. And we went through and found about 14 songs that we liked and that our fans liked back before we got signed, that we used to play clubs. Mm-hmm. And we took these songs and we went into the studio and recorded them. And pretty much the same way we did them back then. And we put it on this record and call it Black Like Sunday. One of the reasons why we like these songs is because it was a time when we were very innocent. We didn't know what we were doing. We just wrote from our hearts rather than having to be dictated and the whole onslaught of business and everything that wasn't on us at the time. So these are real innocent songs, and it's like our adolescence almost, you know.
It's like our first album done later. Because most bands do that when they do their first album. They pick the best songs from their whole history, and their first album is, this conglomeration of many years of writing, and we never did that. When we got our record deal, we were just still writing new songs and moving on, and we had 7 years of stuff.
Yeah, and the band had a different name back then,
Yeah.
didn't you? It was before you guys really became King's X, but it's always been the 3 of you guys, which is amazing for the, 23 years that you've been together? Longer than 23
About 23, yeah.
You started in Missouri and
80.
in Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah, we started when we were born.
And I was
We're all 24
so
now.
you guys were like 24. You were 1 year old when you got together, and kind of bonded right away.
That's why those first few years of songs didn't get put out.
We couldn't read yet.
That was
Or play.
Now this was a fan base thing. I mean, basically, your fans over the years have said, you've done these songs in concert, or they've appeared as I guess bootlegs and things like that.
Yeah.
And people kind of said, hey, why don't you guys do this?
Right, I've got emails and letters from friends from 20 years ago who are still asking, are you guys going to do this or that one? And when we tell them, they get so excited. They go, I can't wait. I've been waiting for 20 years for this.
So it's out next Tuesday, week from tomorrow, which is the 20th, I believe.
Yep.
So looking forward to that coming out.
Cool.
Was it hard going back and listening to some of those early songs and saying, well, I mean, were there any like real stinkers, because like I'm sure if I went back and listened to things I did 20 years ago.
Well, it's like looking at an annual or something in the past. Occasionally you catch a great picture and go, oh, I looked okay there, so you use that one.
Right.
But you got to sift through a lot of crap to get to the good one.
We wrote a lot of songs. I'd say about 1,000 songs in those years. I mean, between all of us.
How long did it take you to go through all this material?
A few days, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, we sort of have been kind of
you
mulling it over,
basically
thinking
know.
about it and listening to stuff time to time, day to day for a while now.
I think what took me long enough was to dig out all the old cassettes out of the early 80s and put them all on one, compile them all into a couple CDs, and then sit down and listen to them. That was a hard one.
And how great for Metal Blade Records and you guys, the record company that you guys are with, are part of that to allow you to do this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of artists never get a chance to go back and say, wow, I did these early songs and so.
Yeah. Somebody told us we shouldn't have said nothing. We should have just said it's new King's X music. But I don't know. You know how we are. We're just too real.
You guys, that's what I love about you guys. You're just so honest, and when you go out there and perform, and we'll talk later on too, but I want you guys to do something right now. So,
cool.
Jersey's Own Rock Radio 105.5, WDHA FM, Dover. King's X, what are you going to do
This
first?
is Believe off of the Manic Moonlight album.
Oh, cool. Excellent, man. King's X at Jersey's own Rock Radio 105.5 WDHA. Doug, you got such a great voice. I've always said that. And you guys just harmonize so well together. Does that come from like 23 years of being together and knowing what each other's going to do?
Comes from making each other sing because none of us want to.
That's true. That is true.
Really, you honestly don't like singing? Because, I mean,
I like to sing. I've always, I mean, from the time I came out of the womb, I was singing, my mom said. But I never thought about it as a professional or whether it was good or bad or anything. It's just something I just like talking. Playing bass is something that I like to do, and it's something real to me, but singing is just...
Actually, this new record has the very first song that we ever did together that I sang on.
Oh, really? Yeah. What's the name of the song?
It's called Dreams.
Dreams?
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
That would be nice. That would be sweet.
Oh, yeah. That's on there too, isn't it? Well, we love our new album so much that we want you to play the whole thing.
Would you do that? Would you do that for us, please? Yeah, would you please do that?
That would actually be a pretty good. You know, yeah, we could all just go out for a beer and, you know, just do the whole darn thing.
You guys take your lunch break. And we'll take
That's not a bad idea. Should we do Black Leg Sunday, which is the title track? Should we do that one off of the CD? We'll play that, and then we'll come back and we'll talk some more. Give you guys a chance to
First time on the radio, we're going to get this. All right. This is great.
This is the title track, as we said, Black Leg Sunday, the brand new one from King's X, which isn't really new. This is like old stuff that you guys went in the studio and just re-recorded and gave a new sound to. So let's do it at DHA. King's X at Jersey's own Rock Radio 105.5 WDHA. It's the first time you guys heard that on the radio, right?
Yeah.
Black Leg Sunday, that just cooks. I'm telling you. New CD in the stores a week from tomorrow on the 20th. And as we've been telling you, it's like a collection of earlier songs that they went in the studio and redid. And that guy, you guys really, when three guys on stage it always amazes me when three-piece bands make big sounds. Like you guys, I've seen you guys perform live at clubs, and you just blast the place. It's great. And I love it.
Turn everything up.
It always amazes me. So you're at Don Hills tonight. This is night number 2. You guys were touring with Fishbone. Now, last year you were on the road with Joe Satriani. And Dream Theater, and that was quite. Was that like a different? Do you like either or? I guess you don't mind.
Any tour we do is a unique situation because we never seem to quite fit in, but we happen to be friends with a lot of people in bands, and that's how a lot of the stuff happens. The Satriani Dream Theater thing happened just because of phone calls among friends. The same thing on this Fishbone tour. It's just musicians wanting to get together and play together, even if it is bringing different crowds together, which is kind of the coolest thing about it anyway. So we just like mixing it up and doing whatever, opening for anyone or playing in different situations.
And your musical styles, I mean, are so, you guys are so varied in your musical styles. I know over the years you've heard about, people, it's hard to say what type of music King's X is.
What do we do to them?
And I'm sure you've heard enough of that.
The record company gets that too.
But but that's why you guys fit in so well with everybody else, around you. I could see, like, playing with Fishbone. I could see playing with Dream Theater. I could see playing with, any heavy metal band that's out there, Dio or whatever.
Dio and
exactly.
AC/DC too, yeah.
That's what's great about you guys. You just kind of like fit in, and your audience expects, such a wide variety of music.
Let me note in history, 23 years into the band, the first time anyone used a phrase concerning us saying we fit in.
Yeah. It is true.
This day in history.
We finally fit in, guys.
Documented.
I mean, VH1, they came up with, what was it, a hard rock artist or something like that. And you guys turned up on the list because you have so many fans of hard. So many artists say, if it wasn't for King's X, we wouldn't be doing this or stuff like that.
We're honored, totally honored.
I mean, that had to have blown you away to be on that.
It continues to blow me away still.
And who do you guys, when you look back on artists that you were listening to back, say, when you were writing these songs originally, X amount of years ago?
I'm a product of 60s, 70s, and 60s and 70s, 80s,
90s, and
2000, yeah.
It's just anything and everything.
Yeah, everything, because, we're sponges. We love music. And so it's like, find what you can, steal it, use it. I always tell
Twist
people.
it a little.
Yep. I always tell people, if you want to be original, copy as many people as you can.
That's right.
If you really try to copy people but just throw weird mixes of it, then you got something new.
That's right. That's all anybody does.
It's all been done before, right? Mick Jagger once
Only
said
12
that.
notes,
Yeah, exactly.
Only so many notes you can put in the equation.
So what are you guys going to do for us next?
We're going to do an old, over-my-head classic rock song. Can you believe it? It's a classic rock song now. My God.
What's good about it, though, is we're still a band to see it happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys
That's
are...
true. Ted, turn your guitar a little bit this way so I can hear it, because I'm losing my pitch, yeah.
Okay, hang on. So,
Thank you.
do something real technical here.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yes, that'll work. Now I can hear you. All right, here we go.
Oh, man, that's great. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Absolutely wonderful. Black Like Sunday, as we said, in the stores next
Always
Tuesday.
hanging around.
From King's X. So, guys, I appreciate you coming by. This has been absolutely great. I know you're performing tonight, so we'll let you go so you can get back to the city, rest up your voice. I don't want you to strain it too much. We'll do track number 2. What's the track on that one?
What are we going to do?
Let's do either
Dreams?
or Screamer.
You want to do Dreams?
Yeah, let's do Dreams.
What track is that? What track
Yeah,
number?
Dreams. Number 5.
Number 5? Okay, so we'll wrap up with that one.
And thank you so much.
And, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
Okay, and Jerry, this is your first song, huh?
That's the first song that I sang on with these guys. Yes, it is.
Well, guys, good luck to you, and please, if you're ever in the area, you got to come back again.
Thank you.
All right,
Okay,
you got an
King's X.
invitation, you're going to get sick of us.
Don Hills tonight is where you can see these guys, and let's do this one, of course, at WDHA. King's X from the brand new one, as we said, in the stores a week from tomorrow, Black Like Sunday, and this is Dreams.
Dreams.
Here we go at DHA. Jersey's own Rock Radio 105.5 WDHA. It was a thrill having those guys in the studio. Matt Murray's here. Matt engineered. Thank you very much for all your help, my friend.
They did all the hard work, like singing and playing the instruments.
They're just so fabulous, man. Those guys.
How great do they
I'll
sound?
tell you.
Absolutely fantastic.
I mean, we get these people up out of bed early.
Yeah, 4:20 after, that's early rock star time.
That's early rock
Especially if
star.
they're playing Don Hills. They usually go on late at that
Yeah,
club.
exactly. That's a late club. But Don Hills is where they are, as Matt said.
It's in the
And-
Village.
Exactly. It's on Greenwich and
Spring.
Exactly.
Been there many a time.
Right on the corner. So,
Nice, cool little rock club, too, for
It is.
for the city.
It is. It's
The
nice
city
to
doesn't
go in
have,
there.
like, a good rock club where you can wear whatever you want and go in. It's like, well, you didn't shave, so we can't let you in our club tonight.
Well, you're on Greenwich Street, so
Yeah.
everything's cool over
So
there.
everything's cool over there.
All right, so check out the show tonight at WDHA. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And Black Like Sunday in the stores, as I keep reminding you,
Yeah.
a week from tomorrow. At WDHA, we got this.